drive on him.
This is twice now the Celtics have been first to the floor.
They try to save with Horford. Unbelievable.
Boston first to the floor. So good.
Brown fakes, fires up the three. Bang! Tatum dives on the floor. Everybody dives. Jaylen Brown with the flush. Blocked by Porzingis. He's doing it all. Tatum spinning, driving, laying. Got it. Washington drives. Blocked by White. Oh, what a block from Derek White.
Wayne Spooney here for First to the Floor podcast. The Boston Celtics massive 101-80 victory over the Atlanta Hawks in the last game of Summer League. RIP Summer League. Jake is with me. Jake, how you doing, buddy?
We're here. The sickos are here. Like, this was one for the truly heinous, disgusting individuals. The game of basketball itself was actually okay. I will never forget the Knicks Summer League game from this Summer League as one of the more disgusting games of basketball I've ever experienced. Today, the game was totally fine, but Walsh out, Baylor Scheierman out. We were missing some guys. We had Australian legends Jack White and Jack McVeigh, NBL champion, Tasmanian Jack Jumper legend Jack McVeigh, getting garbage time. Disrespectful. Team worst minus 22 for Jack McVeigh somehow as well, which is tough from my boy. But 2 for 5 from 3. Don't even remember him making the 2 shots, but I'm proud of him.
One of his threes was ridiculous. He was
ridiculous.
Came off like a middle pin down and curled it and caught and fired. He runs like he has pebbles in his shoes.
Yeah, he does.
It's painful to watch, but hey, man, like he got out there, he made some threes, and that was about it. But yeah, man, like Kobe Buffkin, JT Toppin, Asa Newell, Duricic, like Atlanta was missing their whole team.
Yes.
So it was. Other than the fourth quarter where it got pretty pickup gamey, you're right. Like, I actually thought this was a pretty tight, fun game of basketball. One of the lower turnover games we've had, maybe partially due to Atlanta not really playing anybody. But all right, so we're just going to, I think off the top, we are going to run through everybody who played significant minutes for the Celtics. Do Jake's stock up, stock down. For each of them for the game and then overall. And overall is like, what was your perception of them coming into Summer League? And have they essentially raised their stock or lowered their stock through these 5 games? So do we just want to start it off the top with, I think, what will be the most controversial one?
I think so.
Baylor Scheierman.
Yeah, man. He's definitely turned into the more polarizing guy of this group. I think a lot of people are, relatively aligned with Walsh and Ugo, but Baylor, people got really high off the Baylor Scheierman supply in the late part of last season, and that's okay. That happens, and I think I need to just recorrect my course a tiny bit because I've been very hard on Baylor. I think part of it is due to my going to war with the Hauser haters and the Baylor Scheierman stands on the internet. So I need to bit of self-awareness here, take a step back and be like, the field goal percentage, the 3-point percentage is not as important as it is in the regular season when you're actually, putting game after game together. So I don't want to be as hard on him. Now, at the same time, he shot 20% from 3 and 27% from the field. Obviously horrendous. And now I think officially, so he was 8 for 39 for Summer League. And I went back and calculated Summer League year 1, preseason, rookie season, total G League, Summer League year 2. He's now 139 for 416, 33.4%. The only sample that is now good is the G League, where he shot 40%. And obviously the shot quality in the G League is like the best it's going to be of all these samples. So it's good that he's shown like of the actual consistent spot that he can shoot it. Because I feel like the passing, totally there. That is no question his NBA skill. I'm just concerned that if that shot is not real, is he going to get a chance to use it?
Yeah, well, I mean, that was when we drafted him. I don't know if you recall, but I was pretty pissed off we didn't take
Yes.
Filipowski, because it just like the offensive floor is so high for Flip that it just like if he can figure out the defense a little bit, he's going to be an NBA player. And part of my concern with Baylor was that like his 39% from three is kind of tainted by 2 years in the Summit League, which is one of the worst conferences in college basketball, where he shot 44% and 47% from three. After that, 36, 38. So like, which is not bad. That's pretty good for a college season, but and his free throw shooting's good, but I like the way people were talking about it, it's like guaranteed that Baylor's going to be a high level shooter in the NBA. I do not think is the case. Like clearly, I think he's having to speed up his shot and he looks really uncomfortable. You guys talked about, you and Ben talked about like his base. His base is all over, like his legs just go all over the fucking place. Like, you know, those blow up things in front of car dealerships, like
Yeah.
those are his legs. Like, I don't even know what his shot prep is. It's like pure vibes. So like, I think it's okay to be concerned that he's not making shots 100%. That said, I do think Baylor has done a lot of really great stuff in the summer league, and I'm a longtime Baylor hater here. The passing and like the way he's operated off of picks, either like off of pin downs when he gets the ball and he's coming off like to his left hand, or pick and roll, or DHOs. I think he's really shown a pretty high level of sort of reading the defense, advantage, like taking advantage of advantages. And so like, I think it's really encouraging in that sense. The issue comes like, if he can't shoot, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I look, 6 assists a game, only 1.8 turnovers. Like, he was the captain of this ship. And the summer league context of him being asked to be the number one guy, obviously that's not going to be what he is on this Celtics team. That's why he's never going to be in the NBA. So the job should be easier for him, and the shots should be easier for him. So I don't expect him to be a 27% field goal guy, obviously. Like, he's going to be playing off the manipulated defenses by Jalen and Derek and Pritchard and Simons. The passing's totally there. Totally there. So I can see that. And even if the shot isn't quite as good, I just feel like if he can shrink his, like similar to when Grant Williams was at his best, he was like, I'm a catch and shoot guy and play defense, and that's it. Baylor just, and again, because it's summer league, you're spreading your wings. I'm sure he was probably told to just kind of like let it fly, get crazy with it. How much of it was that? How much of it was him thinking he's too good for summer league or not taking it fully seriously? I don't know. But if he can just shrink what he's trying to do a little bit and play a little bit more within himself, and I mean, the catch and shoot stuff where he's missing wide open, those are just going to have to go in eventually. Otherwise, then obviously he's just not going to be in the league. I tend to think that he's going to be able to shoot them at least at some, like, respectable level. If he's able to play a bit more within himself, where he's just taking advantage of the advantages that are created for him, and he's not kind of going into LaMelo mode, which he did do at times at the end of last season too, which when the shots go in, it looks sick. In the Nets game, awesome. The best game of the season I thought was against the Orlando Magic, which he is a tough defense, and because they were fighting for seeding, and he was getting into his pump fake bag both on passes and shot fakes, getting downhill, the Panoy step, the big sweeping finishes, which are cool, but again, it's like all of them feel really hard, and you don't want all of your shots to be hard because you have to be such a good shot maker in order for you to be at a respectable level. It's pretty clear. I'm only going to go one arrow down. I think I was pretty hard on him before, but the passing, the context with his role, I think made his job a lot easier, which pushed the percentages down. I'm not going to go too crazy and be like, I'm totally out on Baylor, but I definitely feel worse about him being an NBA player today than I did before Summer League started. He's 25 and a second-year player.
Yeah, I mean, he's fourth in the Summer League in assists per game, and he's the only guy in the top 5 under 3 turnovers per game. And you said the 1.8 turnovers. So, like, that is pretty legit. I think my concern has always been with Baylor's that, like, the swashbuckler Brett Favre-ness that he has in his game, that's him. He's done it his entire career. Like, I just don't think you can really totally beat that out of a guy. And, like, he played on ball at Creighton a ton. He was, like, kind of their pseudo point guard with Trey Alexander. So I don't know how comfortable he really is ever going to feel if he, gets, like, 10 touches a half. And he's expected to go like 1 of 2 or 2 of 3 or 1 of 3 from those touches. Like, I'm not sure he's ever going to be that type of player. I thought the defense was all over the place. There were some really high highs and there were some really low lows defensively with Baylor. Yeah. So I think I'm actually neutral. Because I think was lower on Baylor than most people. So he didn't do anything that really made me concerned. It's like all the issues I've had with his game were on full display, and all the things that are awesome about his game were also on full display. So I'm still just neutral with Baylor. Like, I really don't know what to think. It's 27 from the floor is crazy. It's so bad.
It's so bad. Cooper Flag though, 35% from the floor. So it is important. There is a graph that Steven from the Discord sent in response to you guys were having a back and forth. Spoon had to explain to me how the graph worked. If you're watching on YouTube, I don't know if you're going to learn anything from it, but if you want to screenshot it for later, you can. Spoonie, you explain it better than me.
So essentially, all you really need to know is it goes from top left to right. So the top left, which is 3-point attempt rate, the stat in Summer League is most predictive of the regular season. So 3-point attempt rate changes the least between Summer League and the NBA. You'll notice in the bottom right, the least predictive is plus minus per 36 and 3-point percentage. So essentially this stat is saying the 3-point percentage in Summer League means absolutely nothing for somebody's NBA career, which makes total sense, right? It's 4, maybe 5, sometimes 6 games.
2 games?
2 games. Like, anybody can get hot. Anybody can be a brick for a couple of games, and it really doesn't mean anything about their ability to shoot the ball at the NBA level. I think to your point, though, is you added up all those shots. He's taken 400, and he's at 33%. There's a little bit of concern there.
Yeah, so that is, it is funny. It's basically all of the, field goal, true shooting, free throw percentage is also low, which is kind of weird, which we talked about in the Discord as well. 3-point attempt rate, that's correlated. I believe it. Baylor Scheierman going to take a lot of threes in the NBA. Yeah. Are they going to go in? We don't know. But yeah, okay. That makes sense for you. I definitely am more I'm definitely more likely to be totally convinced by the most recent information. That's just kind of how I work. Last 6 games of the regular season, I'm all in. 4 games in Summer League, I'm all out. So it's Summer League. It is what it is. This is the time of year to have a bit of fun. Jordan Walsh. Walshy.
Buddy.
Are we
Walshy.
back?
I mean, we are so back. Here's the thing. I think we were at our lowest point with Walshy coming into Summer League.
Yeah.
And just really everything he did other than the on-ball defense, which I still really just feels like it needs work to me. He's still too foul happy, but he can be a defensive playmaker, and I think he can sort that out. He just needs to be less aggressive and get a little better at screen navigation. But the shot, oh shit. And it's not just that he made threes. It's that the types of threes he took, either behind the pick and roll pull-ups, or he was coming off of screens, coming out of the corner off pin downs, catch square, rising up, burying it. That is just stuff I really am not confident he's ever going to feel comfortable doing. Never mind making the shot, but I thought he looked really, really comfortable. And I thought like the handle just looked better. He looked a little bigger, and maybe that's partially it's just summer league. So the competition isn't as, strong in multiple ways. But I just think like Walshy, I'm not sure what else he really could have done here. So I'm 3 up votes here, up arrows for Walshy, just because I was so low on him. And then it's like, okay, we are so back. Like what we saw about this guy, that he can be like your 7th man on a real team. That projection is very much alive now, where it was like the casket was purchased. You know what I mean? We weren't in it yet, but it was purchased. We were planning.
Yeah, the raft was being built to. That's what's funny is I was building my raft paddling from Jordan Walsh over to Baylor Scheierman Island, and as I'm like getting ready to go, I just see a giant fire on Baylor's Island. I'm like, I guess I just gotta stay and just scavenge for berries a little bit longer here with my friend Jordan Walsh. The shooting feels like he's gotten to a point where he can make open shots.
Yeah.
And I feel if you gave me a 32.5% over under for his NBA regular season, I would take a slight over. It's like if he plays 10 minutes a game, 11 minutes a game, 12 minutes a game next season, he takes 3 threes a game, I think he can make 1. I think that would be a big win for him as he continues to progress. The thing that I liked the most from him was he kept getting into the paint over and over again, getting into tough, compromising positions and getting to the free throw line. He's got good touch around the rim with those really long arms, kind of taking contact and still being able to get good shots up at the rim. That was awesome, I thought. Like attacking closeouts. I still want him to like really trust the decision to just go on closeouts. Still a few times where he's catching it and then kind of stopping. But I liked some of the quicker decisions to attack. I'm just looking at his basketball reference. I love how it says number 27, 2024 NBA champion, Jordan Walsh.
Yeah, buddy.
That's correct. But yeah, man, I like I'm with you on the defense in that on ball, yeah, still, I generally don't feel him a ton defensively still. And he had one nice, I want to see help block in the previous game. That's what I want to see from him. I want him to be, Carter Bryant from the Spurs is obviously on like the crazy end of it, right? But he's just everywhere, flying over the top, out of position at times. But I kind of want to see that from Walsh. I feel like I got to crank him up a little bit, Neesmith, Rob Williams style, and just have him. But at the same time, he's still also fouling a lot. But he's fouling a lot without really trying to create defensive creator, if we're going to use that. Event creation. Yeah, he's just kind of fouling.
Yeah, it's almost like you got to turn him down on ball and up off ball.
That's good. Good way to put it.
I tweeted this out that like he's really stationary with his help. Like when he digs down at a ball handler, he just kind of stays there. And like that, you just can't do that. Like you got to dig, get back. Like you really just have to be bouncing back and forth. Because if you just dig and then really try to sell out to get the steal, they're going to hit that guy that you just vacated for a wide open 3. It's not really about like swiping when you're like nail help and someone's driving by you. It's not about getting the steal. It's about getting them uncomfortable or making them pick up their dribble, just showing them bodies. And I thought he got there really well. He just didn't do a very good job getting back to his guy. That's very teachable. And yeah, like watch some Carter Bryant tape, buddy, like, and keep those hands back, get those hands out of the cookie jar. But, on driving to the rim, one thing I really noticed was his like gather game seemed a lot more comfortable. And I think that goes to the point of like taking contact. Like, could you ever remember him like a move like that?
Yeah,
where he just like the overhead gather full speed. I mean, that's nasty.
Is that Donovan Mitchell, dude? What's going on here?
Right?
Yeah. So that, totally, the confidence is very evident.
Yeah. I think that's probably the biggest thing for me is that he went from maybe his least confident stretch of games in the NBA with that sort of last month or two to looking really, really confident, looking the best he has. So for me, I'm what did I say? 3 up on Walsh. Yeah, I'm staying 3 up on Walsh.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
I guess I got to go 2 up because I too was pretty. I was worried about Summer League for him because I'm like, oh boy, are we gonna get to right now? We're gonna get a Shamalama Ding Dong notification, and it's gonna be Jordan Walsh has been cut by the Boston Celtics. Like, that's what I was really worried about. Now I think that's still technically on the table if the right trade comes up, if the right opportunity comes up potentially for the Celtics to like reshuffle the books a little bit. But right now, unless that right opportunity comes up, I don't think they're going to cut Walsh for tax purposes at this point. 21 years old, 15 points per game in Summer League on good efficiency. Hey, man, we're alive. Give me 2 arrows up for Walshy here.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Yeah, and like, so Walsh, the one saving grace too about his contract, he has $200,000 guaranteed, and JD has no money guaranteed.
Oh, man.
So if we're pinching pennies, it makes more sense to cut JD.
Tough.
But we're gonna move on. We'll probably move a little quicker as we get down the list here. But before we do, Jake, do you have prize picks ready to go?
I do.
Alrighty, let's do it.
Prize picks time. The Red Sox are back. Super back. No more Baylor Scheierman. We can't be eating good off going less on Baylor Scheierman points, sadly. But yeah, I think we're gonna have to be dipping our toes into the to the Red Sox. We got the Pats coming back soon. We got training camp getting going this week. So maybe a little WNBA. That's where we were feeding our families off of less Angel Reese and more Caitlin Clark assists. So I'll have to start grinding my WNBA tape on that one. We'll get back to you. But download the app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Download the app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game.
Prize Picks, it's fun, adds a little extra to the game while you're watching it. WNBA season, it's just the same as NBA, man. Like, there's no different insofar as the stats are all the same. So, alrighty, we're gonna keep moving here. Next up, Ugo Gonzalez, nailed it.
Got it.
Where are you at with Ugo after his first taste of NBA action?
Yeah, what a roller coaster for our boy, I feel like. Yeah. Similar to the Baylor thing in that I'm not sure how much dribbling I need Ugo doing at the moment. Like,
less than he did in Summer League.
Yeah, less than he did in Summer League. And it's funny, like, he kind of started Summer League with the predetermined Euro step. He progressed today with the predetermined spin move, which worked a couple times. Got to the free throw line. Like, all the stuff that he got drafted for, size, athleticism, motor, all that stuff's there. Clearly, he ticks all the intangible boxes. He's got a bit of skill to him as well. Like, I feel like he can see the game, but he just looks young and raw. Very young and raw. And I think maybe because he'd played professionally for so long, Euro, I was maybe expecting a little more polish potentially, or maybe people were expecting a little more polish, but he is like quintessential late first round wing flyer. Like, you can see some flashes of excitement, but then at the same time, you're like, yeah, he averaged 3.7 turnovers per game. That's, a negative assist to turnover ratio. But offensive rebounds, I think he averaged like 2 offensive rebounds per game. Like, until today, he was shooting 37% from 3, and then he went 1 for 7. So that'll obviously be way down. The shot is a bit all over the top half to me looks good at times, and then the legs. But I think he was shooting some shots he might not be taking. I think if he's in the regular season, a lot of catch and shoots. One thing though that he did, that if you look back to that graph that was kind of higher up on the list, free throw rate being higher on the list. He averaged 4.2 free throw attempts per game, which was actually like pretty high up as far as Summer League goes, considering how much he had the ball. I like the size. I like the physical. I liked all the stuff that I liked the flyer on, and I see flashes. I'm not worried about him being a disaster shooter. I don't think. Same as Walsh, could he go 1 for 3 every night? I feel like he could maybe go 1 for 3 every night on relatively easy attempts. I think I'm an arrow up. I know it was a roller coaster, but expectations, 19 years old, 28th overall pick. I saw what I needed to see.
Yeah, man, like there's a world where this looks horrible and we're still like talking ourselves into he's 19. It's like, he'll figure it out. He just moved to America. I don't think he looked horrible. I think he had moments where he looked absolutely lost and terrible, and then he had flashes of some legitimate like dribble drive game. And like he's playing against men. He looks strong and like tough to move off his spot. And I think that's part of the reason he got the free throws. And you could definitely see like that budding all-purpose dribble pass shoot game and a guy who can defend his position. I think on ball was not great for Ugo especially against guards.
He's Neesmithy. He's just like he wants to do so many things, but it's just like just be there.
Yeah, man. I hate to admit it, but Bronny cooked his ass a few times really bad.
Oh yeah.
It pains me to say. But yeah, like his base on the jumper is really wide. Like I think you're right. Like up top, he's got a little dip, whatever. But for a guy who's coming in, you're thinking, oh, this guy shot 25% from three. Shot is not broken at all. Like I expect 1 for 3, 33% on great attempts. No doubt about it in my mind. He just impacts the game. He's just like the Simmons trademark. Like he's just a guy that does stuff.
He gives a shit, man.
Yeah, he gives a shit. What don't you get about this, Ryan? So and I like that. Like you need guys like that on your team. He'll get in there, he'll get stuck in, like he'll box out, he'll get offensive rebounds, and he moves the ball. I really think his decision making started to pick up. Like he had a couple times him at Baylor, like Baylor would ghost the screen and like the ball is there. The second Baylor's turning, the ball is there. And that's like the little stuff you need to do quickly in the Celtics offense. And I think Ugo has that in his game, and not everybody does. So I'm with you. One arrow up.
One arrow up. Yeah. And one thing I wanted to mention as well is defensively, I wonder if his like ceiling is the defensive versatility, because he's so big already. And the guarding the ones, like the Trae Youngs and stuff, so hard. I wonder if he's too big for that potentially. But the other direction, can he get in the gym with Jalen and Pritchard and Tatum? And can he be someone that's guarding fours? Can he be someone that's 240 pounds? Like if he's 220 at 19, can he?
I know.
Put on another 20 pounds by the time he's like, 23, 24, probably pretty easily. Like you look at him, he doesn't really have a bunch of upper body, there's not a lot of striations in the same way there are of the Jays, as there were not for Jason Tatum when he was 19, right? And like you see the physical maturation of Tatum. Does Ugo, a guy that you can tell like he's going to want to be great, want to put in the work, like Pritchard, Jalen, Jason, they take him under his wing, get him in the weight room. I wonder if him being able to guard up could, in the future, could he be a guy that you put on Cat in the way that we put Drew and Tatum on in 5 years? That would be like, you're staying in the NBA. I think if you actually are able to do that.
Yeah, you shoot 35% on catch and shoot threes, and you can do that. Here's 15 minutes a game for the next decade. Yeah, man, I definitely think that's the vision. 100%. Like switchable enough, and a dude that you can just put out there and cause havoc from 2 to 4, from Julius Randle to Norm Powell. I don't know. I'm just pulling the shooting guard out of my hat.
Nice.
There we go.
That was good.
Thank you. Alrighty, so let's move on. We're both one arrow up for Ugo. Amari Williams. I have mixed thoughts. I think I'm lower on Amari than most people are.
Yeah.
He had a really good context for his skill set at Kentucky, a college team full of shooting, which doesn't happen, that didn't have a point guard. So they basically needed him to use all his skills in like the best way possible for him. I think that kind of artificially inflated like what he looked like. Man, I thought it was pretty rough for Amari.
We saw the things that got people really excited when we drafted him.
Mm-hmm.
We also saw the things that when you ask the question, oh, I love these things about him. Why did he go 46th overall? We saw those things too. Yeah. Like He shot 40% from the field in summer league. He's 7 foot tall. Like I don't care how cool your passes are. It doesn't matter. If you can't put the ball in the basket when you're taking all your shots around the rim, like you're out of the league. That's just not. It's not happening. Because it is tantalizing. Big man, but it's like he can kind of bring it up. And he had a couple of plays where he like broke someone down and kicked to a shooter. It's like, oh my God, imagine the ceiling. But it's like, that's cool, but can you rebound a little bit more? I thought his activity was pretty disappointing more than anything else for me. I'm like, you look like the biggest guy on the court at all times. Can you do that? And to like Luke Cornett, we said the same thing about him for the first kind of stint and a half when he was here. And he started playing like his size over the past 2 seasons. So that can definitely change. Hey, you want to stick in the NBA? You better fucking play hard and big. I think that would change who he is. But yeah, I just didn't feel him at all. And it doesn't have good touch. But, I'm not sure how high we should have been on the 46th overall pick. So, like, to me, it's like a side arrow. Well, it isn't his, like, does his profile change at all between his draft profile and, like, if you're editing that draft profile after Summer League, it's like still kind of the same. The drop coverage was okay. He's, like, there and in the right spots, but he's not blocking a ton of shots.
Yeah, that was going to be my first point, is that Atlanta started the game. I think 2 of their first 4 possessions were empty side pick and rolls with Amari. And like, that's hard to defend, right? You have no backline help. He did really well in the drop. I just think the rim protection is not good. And it like doesn't make any sense. Like his second jump, like he doesn't get back to guys. Like if somebody dumps it off, you see, I mean, Rob obviously tainted us, but like the way Rob would be, the pass is there. Now I'm back to this guy. And he's like guarding 2 people under the hoop at all times, essentially. Amari has like none of that in his game. It really seemed like people were not afraid to go right at him, and finished pretty often. And that is concerning. Like drop coverage is super important. And with a profile like Amari, you need to be good at it. But you also need to be good at rim protection. I'd rather you be good at rim protection and bad at drop coverage, I think. So the passing's cool. Did he have a short roll pass? Can you remember a single time he was in the short roll?
No,
like
and
Kenny
he does,
Lofton did, but I can't remember him at all. And like that's a huge part of what we ask Biggs to do. I'm sure he can do it. It's just weird.
It was weird, and I'm assuming it was a scheme thing, and we saw Cornett do this as well. Like instead of like setting the screen, it was weird. It looked like the ball handler a lot was looking for Amari to come set a screen, and he would just kind of stay towards like the middle of the court and wait for the pass and then try and get to the handoff game. And it was like, no, go set that screen and then roll. Some of the rolls, he's just like sitting there and then kind of rolls and the guy's already recovered. So yeah, classic big man, like low activity kind of vibe, which I hate seeing. It's just disappointing.
It's brutal. Like you can just, if you're 7 feet tall and have some ball skills, if you just play hard, you'll be an NBA player. Yeah. Maybe not a good one, but you'll be an NBA player. So screw it. I'm going 1 arrow down.
All right. I'm going arrow to the side. All right.
I think that's the fair one, but I'm going 1 arrow down. All right. Max Schulga. All right. Schulga, I'm higher on him than everybody else. Like I thought, look, shot 25%, shot 17% from 3. I thought every time he ran point guard, every time he got us in and out of our stuff, I thought the offense looked really, really good. I thought his pick and roll play was really high level, manipulating bigs, manipulating the help defense, made the right decision basically every time. He like never turned it over ever at all. And he is not a point guard. He just couldn't make a shot. And I thought the on-ball defense was kind of solid. Off ball, I think, is still kind of an adventure with him for the most part, but on ball, like he's active, he gets steals, and I thought he really got us in and ran the offense. And I was like pretty impressed with the way he did it. Essentially playing out of position because he is a 2. Just you got to make some shots for me, Schulgs. Come on, dog.
The Schulganator. I know he's making Baylor look good with his 17-point 3-point percentage. But yeah, no, I think that is the right takeaway by the end. If we know that making shots doesn't matter in summer league, which is hilarious, but it is true historically, so it is what it is. But yeah, man, I thought that he compromised the defense at times. The low turnover, definitely active defensively. Yeah, look, I thought that outside of the shot making, he did kind of live up to what he was supposed to be as the 57? Right? Like what are we talking about? I guess for me, I'll go side arrow. I was pretty low on him before, but I think I'm just going side arrow on him. It's like, who are you giving a two-way to? Schulga or my boy, number 38, Kendall Brown? He's like, I really like him, but it's like, can he turn into an NBA guy?
Yeah, no, I like there's things about Schulga that I really like. It's just like, are you going to have Schulga run pick and rolls for you? Because that kind of doesn't make sense when you have Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, Peyton Pritchard. So it's almost like that skill is helpful to have on the summer league team, but I don't really think it's a pathway to him being an NBA player. So, but yeah, I think I'm side arrow. Like I thought I saw what Brad saw in him in a lot of ways, and I thought the defense was better than I thought, but also, like, I just don't really see the vision, his like path to playing time. So speaking of Kendall, do you want to skip to him since we brought him up?
Yeah. Okay. Well, this little group here, Schulga, Norris, Kendall, they're all kind of battling for that third two-way spot. But I love Kendall Brown.
He's awesome.
He's a classic. He's J Scrub, different type of player. But, these summer league guys that just you're going to remember forever as these fringe NBA guys. But he's a fun player. Like, doesn't really shoot threes despite going 2 for 2, I think, in summer league. He's 72% from the field, all at the rim, man. Incredible touch and like balance and body control, getting to the rim and then staying on balance and being in position to just like have really comfortable finishes. Like the opposite of Baylor. Like Kendall Brown finds a way to get to the rim and create an easy look for him. Like all of his shots at the rim look easy. I love the way that he attacks closeouts despite not being able to shoot. Plays with pace, good, solid defender. I like his size. Yeah, big fan. I would give him a two-way over Schulga. But then like the back of my mind, I'm like, if he doesn't shoot threes, maybe he doesn't shoot them else he's butt naked wide open. Can you be an NBA player at this point? I do love having a guy like that though. That's just a bit of a bruiser, and his like number one thing is just pure rim pressure.
Yeah, man, and like the athleticism pops. Like it's his first step is lightning. Like he doesn't have like wiggle with the handle. Like he's not crossing people up. He just is like right hand, left hand, and I'm blowing by you and getting all the way to the rim. Really impressed with the touch. You're right, man. Like his touch is crazy. He had one tonight. It ended up being a shot clock.
Yeah, dude.
But like I think it was Greg dished it to him down low, and his like head's on one side of the hoop, and his arm and the ball is all the way on the other side, and he just like flicked it up in. Did not count, but it was a ridiculous finish, and like I can barely remember him miss. I'm not sure he missed a layup. And he's kind of robotic, but he's so bouncy and quick and long that it's super effective, and it doesn't matter. And I think the argument is like he's going to be a solid defensive player. We just need some athletic pop on the Celtics, man. We really don't have athletic pop. I feel like we missed O'Shea at times because he kind of gave us that. And like Brown has it in spades. And like in comparison to Schulga, like for reference, Kendall Brown's the 48th pick, right? So like he was considerably higher thought of. So like there's
still younger.
Yeah, and he's still younger. So there's more pedigree with Kendall Brown than there is with someone like Schulga. And Brown was on an incredible Big 12, like much better conference than VCU too. So I'm all for it. I thought he was awesome. So 2 arrows. I think
three.
Yeah, right.
Who the fuck is Kendall Brown to? I love Kendall Brown. Norris, we should probably start flying a little bit. Norris didn't end up shooting it as well as we kind of expected. The shot just looks awesome, though. It just looks the same every time. And it looks like it's going in. The size is tantalizing, but at the same time, in my back of my mind, I'm just like, he's 24, 25, and he's played 3 NBA games now last season for the Celtics. And the fact that he's that tall, that good at shooting, and he hasn't gotten a chance yet is weird to me. But I'd side arrow, I think, for Norris, maybe one arrow up. Because I liked his activity on the boards and some help defense stuff. But yeah, that's probably my Norris thoughts.
Yeah, I'm with you. One arrow up for me. I thought he's just bouncy kind of athletically too. He's not great laterally, but I think I saw he had some very solid on-ball defensive possessions too, which is encouraging because I think that's gonna what sinks him if anything does. So yeah, one arrow up. Bassey, I don't know, two up.
Two up, probably two up. Two up for Bassey. Yeah. Led the summer league in rebounds per game with 11 per game. Like Derek Queen was right there. Missy, who was a rebounding machine in regular season, Khalil Ware. So, and that's one of the things that translates on the graph that broke my brain earlier. Is that rebounds per 36 is something that does translate. That was something that translated immediately for Tatum as well. Like really good rebounding in summer league. So very important skill. I think in a perfect world we would basically just trade Tillman for Bassey in if we could. It's just Tillman is just dragging that roster spot down right now. It's kind of brutal because it's like I don't know what to expect from him. But yeah, Bassey 2 arrows up, 3 arrows up, 1 arrow up.
They're all up.
Yeah, but at the same time, he probably should have been good, right? Played a lot of NBA minutes, showed out.
Yeah, no, agreed. He rolls really hard. He sets good screens and rolls hard, and I feel like that's just the path to minutes as an athletic-ish big man. Kenny Lofton Jr., I'm going side arrow. He is super talented.
Yes.
Like, if he could defend anything or do anything defensively other than, like, occasionally get his hand in and knock a ball away, he would be an NBA player. Because his offensive game is ridiculously good. Like he's the handle, like the feel is nuts. But we knew that already. So a side arrow for Kenny Lofton.
Yeah. If you could take out game 1, it might be 1 arrow up, but you can't.
Yeah.
And you just know that player and that mentality is deep inside of his soul. And he believes that he is the MVP. So but fun player. Like when he's playing just a little bit more team ball, fun player.
Hell yeah. Like he definitely made the summer league more fun to watch. All right, my guy,
Here we go.
Bridges. 3 arrows up, 5 arrows up.
He was good.
Like this is exactly what I expected from him. Like I said, I loved him at West Virginia, loved him at Baylor. He's just like consummate 3-and-D guy. Like he's gonna make threes. He sets screens.
Well, we lost Spoonie. Consummate 3-and-D guy. He sets screens. He's from WVU. We know he's the man.
My Jalen Bridges takes were too hot. I got booted out.
Hang on, your mic is like making funky noises here. Maybe
better.
Yeah, way better. You're back.
Okay. My Bridges takes were too hot.
Yeah,
anyway.
They took you down.
Yeah, man.
Pull the trigger.
Silenced by the man. But I just think he's solid and he makes threes. So I love Jalen Bridges. 1 arrow up because I kind of already knew what he was.
Cool. All right. Should we hit game time? And,
yes.
Wong hit some crazy shots tonight, but not an NBA
fun.
player. Yeah.
No, probably not. Fun player, though.
Yeah. Game time, and then we do Marcus Smart to Lakers.
Yep. It's summertime, and obviously there's a bunch of amazing events going on all over the place. Later this month, I will be in Chicago to see my squad, Everton, play some very mediocre football. Just 8 rows from the field. I cannot wait to watch Iliman and I cross some people up. But you know how I'm getting in the door? Game time. It was super easy to get tickets. I just hopped on the app, searched for the game or team I was looking for, and then I was shown all the available tickets and all the best deals right on my phone. Their curated deals make it even easier to find the best seats at their best prices, and their last-minute deals can get you tickets right up to the start of the event or even an hour after it starts. But maybe my favorite feature is the seat view. It'll show you exactly what it looks like from any seat before you buy. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app. Create an account. Use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account. Redeem code CLNS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game time.
Game time.
All right. The worst case scenario has happened, Jake. Marcus Smart bought out by the Wizards and goes to the LA Lakers. 2 years, I think 11 million. Just one question. Why?
Tough. This one, Marcus Smart to the Lakers notification hit right in the chest. Shotgun, bang. And it hurt to see that, but at the same time, I was like, I don't fault Marcus at all for doing this. It just sucks to see kind of what's happened to Marcus from leaving the Celtics to now. What's happened to like all the Celtics that left kind of pre-2024, whether it's Brogdon, Rob, or Marcus. They've all kind of been decimated by injuries, which I guess is, hat tip to Brad Stevens for kind of maybe seeing it coming. Like Marcus has a ton of injuries, ton of wear and tear on his body, and even more so over the past couple of seasons, despite not even playing that much. It sucks. It sucks. And I forgot how polarizing Marcus Smart was, because you had people with an outpouring of this sucks, like a bit of reminiscing about the good times of Marcus Smart, and you have these fans coming out of the woodwork being like, good riddance, terrible player, always overrated, etc., etc. I'm like, if you don't really appreciate what Marcus Smart was for the Celtics in that period, like I don't know if you know ball, like his biggest crime was not being Drew Holiday. That was essentially it. He ended up taking more shots in some big moments than you would have liked, because teams were gearing the defense to give him open shots. And when that guy turned into Drew Holiday, the Celtics unleashed like the greatest offense in the history of the league and that's just what happened. He wasn't Drew Holiday, but he exceeded expectations, was a playoff riser, was awesome in so many big moments. You don't get Game 7, 50-point Jason Tatum game without Marcus Smart having 22, 7 and 7 on 65% true shooting in Game 6 to give Tatum the chance to save the day. Underrated player. Fucking sucks that he's going to the Lakers.
Marcus Smart got drafted onto a 20-win team and never missed the playoffs in his Boston career. I get that he was frustrating to watch at times. We were all frustrated by Marcus, but he was the heart and soul of the team and the city. Like, he was awesome in the community too. And you want to complain about rest and taking plays off and guys not trying. Marcus Smart gave it 100%. Every second he was on the court, sometimes often to his detriment, getting himself hurt. But the way he would pull rabbits out of the hat with the Harden offensive fouls and big steals and timely shots. I love Marcus. I will say if he had gone straight to the Lakers, this might have broke me. The fact that I've kind of moved on a little bit. It's you and your girlfriend break up and there's a friend of a friend that you absolutely hate, and it's been a year or two since you've broken up, and then she starts dating him. You're like, that guy, it had to be that guy. There's 7 billion people in the world. You couldn't have dated anyone else. That's kind of how I feel. But I hope he does well, and I hope the Lakers go 0-82. So it just sucks that he's going to be playing with LeBron, man. That's so lame.
It's going to be so weird to see him in a Lakers jersey.
I know.
It's going to be so weird. What is it going to be like for him? Because he did bleed green.
Yeah.
Had the green hair for his mom. He was the Boston Celtics. So I'm sure this is not lost on him either. But at the same time, no one knows the business of the NBA better than Marcus Smart right now, right? Was the heart and soul, shipped out, and no one really shed a tear for too long. Once Drew Holiday started shooting 60% from the corners, he's like, all right, well, we're going to win the title now. Pretty awesome player to have on your team. So, but him putting that jersey on and looking in the mirror is going to be tough for him. It's a really good fit, I think. They need good perimeter point of attack defenders to hold up the cones that are Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves. Now, at the same time, we know that for Marcus to be fully maximized, which is kind of where his flaws come in, is that he kind of needs to be on the ball to an extent, because if he's just relegated to catch and shoot guy, then he is going to be left open in the biggest moments and in the biggest games. And so it's like, how much on-ball reps is he really going to get on a team with Luka, LeBron, and Reeves? But I still think it's a good fit, especially for like $5 million. I just hope he can be healthy and play to whatever level his body is capable of at this age.
Yeah, man, me too. And I'm skeptical it's a particularly high level, but yeah, you got to involve him in the action. They're probably just not going to do that. So I wouldn't be shocked if this doesn't go well for Marcus, unfortunately, and he gets blamed for failings that are not his fault, like LeBron always does with his role players. So Ben was supposed to be on tonight with us. He couldn't make it, unfortunately, due to work, but he had a spicy take. So we asked him to record a voicemail, and real quick, it's going to be the deep off season. No more summer league. There, if you're in the Discord, and you pay for the Discord, there is a voicemail channel. Start dropping us some voicemails. We'll do like once every couple weeks. We'll do a voicemail roundup show. See what's out there. They can be non-basketball questions, but please keep them a minute or under.
Yes,
just please a minute or under, because like it's tough to listen to 5 3-minute voicemails. So anyway, so check out the voicemail channel, and here's the first one in quite a while. It is Ben.
Hey guys, Marcus Smart is going to be a Laker. I don't know if you've heard. I'm sure you have, but it's truly disgusting. And I keep thinking, like, I don't know, your child grows up and moves out of home. One day you're just innocently eating your breakfast, watching the news, and you look up and your child is just like appeared in a terrorist training video. That's what's happening with Marcus Smart. I think he's going to be radicalized by LeBron James. It's going to tarnish his career terribly. We're all going to be worse off for it, and humanity, I think, too, will be worse off for it. It's a dark day. I cannot picture the man in green and gold. It's truly awful. It's a travesty. Probably the worst thing going on globally at the moment, and I feel sick.
So I agree with everything. Except for I don't think it tarnishes Marcus's career, but it is definitely the worst thing going on globally in the world right now.
Yeah, I think it's either that or Baylor Scheierman's 3-point percentage. Those are the two biggest geopolitical concerns that I have currently.
For sure.
Yeah, man, I want it to be a good fit because defensively it makes sense, but Ben's probably right in that Marcus has scapegoat written all over him. Like DeAndre Ayton as well, but Marcus Smart especially, right? Like we're going to be able to pull up 1 million receipts of Lakers fans shitting on Marcus Smart, right? And now they're going to have done the complete 180 and be like, we just got a 2022 Defensive Player of the Year, like can guard every position, yada, yada. And Smart's first 1 for 9 from 3 game is going to be death threats. And yeah, him and Ayton, they're gonna be catching. They're like right in red dot on the forehead of LeBron. This is why the team is losing, and that's gonna be shit. But at least it's gonna be good and easy to hate. Like once that does happen, and hopefully Marcus has an awesome year, and the Lakers get swept in the first round. That's like the optimal result here.
Yeah, they're the 1 seed and get swept by the 8 seed. That would be so wonderful. Like
Marcus wins defensive. Marcus wins D-boy again, and it's like, but then misses every shot. Oh no, he makes every shot. But
tweaks
Luka
an ankle.
tweaks
an ankle, misses the playoffs, and it's like, see, your whole team was Marcus Smart.
Comes back to the Celtics, Vedvich Minimum, D-boy.
That's happening. He's definitely gonna do his last season in Boston, but real quick, Jake, before we get out of here, where does this rank amongst other poor exits from Boston for basketball?
Man, this is the Al to Philly one hurt me quite a lot.
Yeah,
like I didn't expect it. I didn't expect him to chase the bag like that. And then also reflecting back on it, it's like if Al had never left and we had him during the the bubble run, we definitely make the finals. And I think there's a chance we win the title if you have Horford to deal with AD. And it's like that hurts, obviously. And then the following season, which is just a shit show, where we ended up the 7 seed, you have Horford instead of Thompson and Tice. It's just like the lived experience of Celtics fans for those 2 extra years would have been better. And if he doesn't leave, that might be the reason he gets his jersey retired. But I think the fact that he's left and then left again, Al, obviously that's a bit of recency bias. I know who you got number 1.
Al may be my number 1, but I was a lot less mature. And I was, early 20s when Ray Allen went to Miami, or mid 20s. So I reacted a lot more viscerally to that one. That one caused me more anger. So I think
that one was tough at the time. Yeah,
that one was really tough. And then we had to see him basically win them a title. Like Ray Allen, my guy. I loved Ray. I high-fived him when I went to a preseason game at UMass. And then he's now winning my number 1 enemies a title. Like, he's getting LeBron a title. That one hurt really bad. So I'd probably have Ray 1.
That is your personal 9/11. I understand.
Yeah, yes, 100%. And then Al to Philly. Kyrie, I was done with Kyrie. I was ready to see his ass leave. Like, that was the sourest final year, but I was over it. I was kind of happy he left, especially once we got Kemba.
I went down with the ship pretty hard from memory. I was like constantly, fighting people about how it's a media-driven narrative. He's not going to leave. And then the Bucks series happened. And I was like, oh, he just tanked this series. What felt like on purpose. Switching on to Giannis when Al Horford was on the court was probably the point where I was like, okay, I'm good to go. Good to go on this one. See you later, Kyrie. That one was tough. Pierce and KG to the Nets wasn't necessarily like the saddest, but it was definitely really weird to see especially Pierce, like franchise legend, out the door like that, and then end up on the Wizards and like the Clippers and that weird like little journeyman period that he had. But Rondo winning a title with the Lakers also was fucking gross. But similar to what you said earlier, he had a couple stops, so it wasn't like he immediately went from the Celtics to the Lakers. So he didn't feel like a Celtic as much at that point.
Yeah, I have. I like the Rondo one. It was time. It was time for both of us to move on. I feel the same way about Antoine when he got traded to Dallas in like 03 or 04. He had just kind of stopped trying. So as much as I love Twan, it was time to move on from him. Ironically, they both got traded to Dallas, Rondo and Antoine. Other than that, man, I can't really think of anybody that was like supremely bitter. It was all just kind of. What about KP? Because I saw a lot of people when KP left being like, "Oh, miss you, dog." Like, he kind of did fucking nothing for us.
I was really surprised.
Really contribute. Yeah, people were like there was a lot. The one group that was like, "Fuck this guy, I'm glad he's gone," and then another group that's like, "Oh man, like we'll miss you so much. You were so awesome here." It's like, what was he?
Yeah, that was a polarizing one. A lot of people kicking him on the way out, and a lot of people like really thinking about the good time, which is literally the game 1 in the finals game. Like, sure, he definitely had some big regular season games, obviously, like a ton of them, actually. Pretty much every game he played in the regular season, he was awesome. But yeah, I was pretty fine with him being out the door at that point. So yeah, it was interesting to me. People loved the WWE style stuff and over-indexed on how cool it was every time he came back from injury. And I'm like, shouldn't we have like 40%, 60% less WWE style entries after coming back from injury or whatever it is? It's like, can he just be out there? But obviously he loved being here. Yeah, Derek, like he loved being here. He loved interacting with the crowd and stuff like that. So I get that fans gravitated towards him, gravitating towards them.
Yeah, no, I understand. I just was a little surprised that like some of the emotional responses in that, like, we're really gonna miss you. You did so much for like the Celtics type of thing. Like, not really. But that's okay. People can react to things how they want.
Totally.
So no big deal. I think I'm much closer to like fuck this guy than I am that side of things. But I'm not there. It's mostly like didn't totally work, didn't fail, and it's time to move on. Good trade.
Thanks for game one. I would like to see what the timeline looks like where we don't trade Marcus for KP and we trade him for either someone else that is good or someone that, or not trade him. You keep Marcus and you also get Drew. Who knows? Do you trade Marcus for Jakob Poeltl? I wonder what that trade would have been like. Because KP's biggest value add was keeping Horford fresh in 2024 so that he was okay for the playoffs. That's and that had real value, but Jakob Poeltl could have done that too.
Yeah.
And probably would have been able to do it in the playoffs.
Yeah, he would have actually played, which would have been quite helpful. Yeah, man, like that would have been interesting. I think the key with the KP thing is we got 2 firsts. One of those firsts we used to get Drew Holiday, and that was the most important thing. Kendrick Perkins. Oh my God, Kristaps Sports
Bring him in
for the Celtics was get us a pick to help us get Drew. So, all right, we should probably wrap it up there. Jake, I don't know if you got any. I'm writing something. Should be out this week, hopefully.
Oh, the
as long as
return.
I keep making progress. Yeah, it's not very good, but I just got to get the first one out to move on. So, you got anything to plug, Jake?
No, not as of yet. We'll be back later in the week with another pod. There's some Grizzlies trade rumor stuff, but we'll be back, and I'll probably be writing something. But yeah, we'll be back.
Awesome. All right, that's gonna do it for this one. See everybody. Peace.